Yesterday I attended our monthly Joint Safety Committee meeting. This is a monthly meeting that's put on by American Airlines management and includes department heads and leadership from many of the vendors. We talk about the month's safety statistics, and a few things that stuck out for me yesterday was first and foremost with respect to safety engagements, and this is something that's system-wide. Seat belts are still very high on the list, as are personal electronic devices, wearing hearing protection, correct hearing protection, and proper PPE, including vests, which you heard me talk about a little bit last week. So just be advised that the company's watching these sorts of things. And, if not only for your own safety, then certainly from a compliance standpoint. And of course, I'm not going to comment too much on that. But just be aware that management is talking about those sorts of things as well. So be advised that seatbelts, PEDs, hearing protection, PPE, those are all very high on the list of things to be on the lookout for. I also do have some good news, something that we've been working on for quite a while. We're going to have an opportunity at the end of September for defibrillator and CPR training, as well as some Red Cross-based first aid training. This will be available at the end of September. There will be 4-hour classes and 8-hour classes, depending on whether you do the first aid part as well. And we may have some opportunities for some of our crew chiefs and other interested parties among the rank and file of our membership to be able to participate in some of these classes. So if you would like to be considered for this, I would offer that you shoot me an email directly, jason.kammer@aa.com. Send it to me directly, and I'll make sure that it gets forwarded on to the appropriate parties so that we can begin preparations to make this training possible for, if not all, then certainly some interested parties, because I know there's going to be a lot of people that want to do this. We'll try and get as many people in as we possibly can. Also yesterday at the Joint Safety Committee meeting, there was a stark reminder of why to keep your hands and feet inside vehicles at all times. There was a video that was produced that had, and I'm going to try and describe it as best I can without cringing. The video showed a rather senior employee, we believe he's a 40-year employee, was giving a grand tour of a bag room in a different location to an orange vest, a new hire. And as he was driving through the bag room in a covered bag tug, he pointed out the left side, the driver's side opening on the tug to point at something. He was giving a tour. And there was a concrete bollard that was literally right out of his line of sight because there was an A-pillar that must have been blocking his view. But with the vehicle in motion, it came in contact with his arm and then pinned it to the back of the cab on the tug. He was severely injured by this. There were compound fractures and damage to his vascular system in that arm. And so we certainly wish him a speedy recovery. But it is, of course, a stark reminder, once again, keep your hands and feet inside the vehicles at all times. We've had some incidents here in Phoenix over the years that have not been dissimilar to that. We had an individual almost lose a leg because he had it hanging outside of a belt loader and came in contact with another piece of equipment and did some very serious injury to his leg. So again, hands and feet inside the vehicles at all times. We also received word that fairly soon there will be a gate closure at gates Alpha 25 and Alpha 27. This is to facilitate the repair of the drainage trench that separates the Juliet taxiway from those gates. You'll notice the yellow lines are painted there, and it's a rather deep trench, which is something of a driving hazard. That is going to be repaired, and we expect those gates will be closed for 4 to 6 weeks to facilitate the repair of those gates. And now let's take another look at the weather with amateur meteorologist Eric Ebely. How's the weather looking out there today, Eric? Thanks for that report, Eric, and here's wishing you a speedy recovery. The other day we had an injury that was related to a 400-pound wheelchair. Now, I don't have all the details on this particular one, but what I do know is that it was a very heavy wheelchair, and it took 4 guys to try to move this wheelchair from wherever it was going to wherever it needed to be. And it slipped, and one of our co-workers suffered a shoulder injury as a result of this ridiculous chair. So we have chair retrievers, and we advise that you use these when you are able to do so. It might take a little bit more time to get to a loading dock, to get the chair retriever put in a position where you can operate it, but yesterday's injury would not have happened if the chair retriever had been used correctly. So please use the chair retrievers when you have an opportunity to save your shoulders. Shoulder injuries are a pretty common injury among our type, and if you can do anything to prevent that, please do. Also, one more thing we're working on real quick. One-way at Expedite. The Expedite roadway entrance needs to come in from gate A12, Alpha 12, and exit at Alpha 13. The arrows aren't well painted out there, but we are working on getting some signage to improve the traffic flow at Expedite. And again, that is for the safety of the employees that have to work at Expedite, so that people aren't coming from all directions. Try and maintain a consistent traffic flow from Alpha 12 to Alpha 13 through the Expedite area. That's all I've got today. Questions, comments down in the comments section, or be sure to hit us up on the hotline. Until next time, be safe out there, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you.